So now we're in kickoffs here. We're on the 40-yard line of this beautiful high school field. I'm going to show you how to kick the ball off properly. There's a couple key differences on a field goal versus a kickoff. Number one, your plant foot. Let me show you. On your plant foot on a field goal, typically, like we said, you're about 1 foot away, and the instep of the foot is lined up with the middle of the tee. Now, on a kickoff, you want your actual kicking foot, your plant foot rather, to be a little closer, and it's okay to have it slightly in. The reason being, when you strike the ball, let me show you from up here, when I come in to hit the ball with my plant foot slightly closed and a little bit further back, it's going to allow me to come up and through and drive that ball a little bit more aggressively. So that's the whole key difference is on a kickoff, when you strike it, you're trying to swing up through the ball versus a field goal. A field goal, you're just staying nice and relatively level, and you kick through the ball. Now, that's one way that's going to help you to get you a little bit more power on your kickoffs. I know a lot of guys out there, they come to me and they kick a field goal the same distance. They can't kick a kickoff any further, and they always wonder, hey, Coach Brent, what do I do to get a better kickoff? That's one thing. Try to strike upward and over the ball instead of just through the ball. And that's actually going to lead us into our next thing, which is the hurdle follow-through on a kickoff. Okay, we're going to get into the kickoff hurdle right now, and this is something that everyone really could use to help improve a lot more distance and overall explosion on their kickoffs. So let me set this up for you. I'm going to come back a couple steps. You don't have to take any specific kickoff steps for this. You're going to jog up slowly, and you're going to swing through the ball, but at the moment of impact, I want you to transfer 80% of your weight onto your kicking leg side versus 60 on a field goal. And what this does is it aggressively moves your weight over so that you can land on the follow through on your kicking leg and run through the line and then be that safety on the kickoff. So let me just do it and you can see what I mean. What's happening as I kick that ball, I come in, I transfer my weight 80% at impact so I can get most of my weight on my kicking leg. I take a slight crunch on a kickoff versus a field goal tall. And as that leg comes up, I want to complete the kick first. So let my leg swing. Don't go and try to jump right away. So I want to actually swing through. And then right when my leg is at the very top, I'm going to throw my weight over and aggressively run through the ball. And it might have looked silly, like I was about ready to fall on my face, and that's how it should be if you really utilize the explosive power that you can get by transferring your weight on the hurdle follow through. Okay, I'm going to help you guys find your steps. So if you ever taken your kickoff steps and you had that stutter or hesitation before the kick, you probably don't have the ideal steps for your approach. Let me show you how to do this, and Jesse's going to help us out to demonstrate it. So what we would normally be doing is we would be kicking this way on the field, but we're going to flip the field around, and Jesse's going to put his plant foot, his starting position, right next to where he would normally plant running this way. I'm going to come out here to be the spotter per se, and I want Jesse to just run out towards me out to this open space out here, subconsciously without thinking too much into it. And you're going to see it's pretty wild how this works, but he's going to run out here, pretend, there's a rock on the ground, and just go out there and kick it. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this 2 or 3 times based on how consistent he is with his spot. And I'm going to mark off where he lands with his plant foot each time. And the whole goal is he should be within, a couple inches of each other. If you're a beginner, you might be far off and you might have to do this a few times. But as you run through the steps, the key is to do it naturally. Don't overthink and just go without any real conscious effort. Just run up and gradually accelerate. So let's watch Jesse do it, and we're going to mark off his spots here. Okay, Jesse, so I want you to run out to me just wherever you feel comfortable and go ahead and kick it whenever you're ready. Okay, I got your spot. So Jesse's first spot was right here with his plant foot. Again, we're doing the plant, not the kicking foot. So let's remember that. I could see that little mark there. Jesse, let's do it again. Instead of taking a little bit of a curve as you run, you never want to snake it, right? You want to come right at the spot. So let's just run straighter this time. Okay? That time was a hair further back. So his first spot was right here, and his second spot was right here. So now we're going to have Jesse do it one more time, and we're going to see how close it is. Okay, let's try to get a good one here. Perfect. Okay, just what I was hoping for. That third one was right next to his first one and right in between the second one. So first, second, and third. So we're going to go with this spot right here. So now what you would do is your partner would confirm where you were. So what you could do is actually say, okay, Jesse, here's where my foot was. I want you to get your left foot there and get your right foot connected to it. Now we're going to walk normal steps and count them out loud until we get in line with the tee. But to help him, instead of him looking at the tee, I'm just going to stand over in line with it and tell him when to stop. And he's going to keep counting out loud until I say stop. Okay, so Jesse, let's go ahead and count your steps.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Stop. Okay, so that was 4. Now you see Jesse is in line with the tee over there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually put my foot by his heel here. And I'm going to have Jesse flip around. I want him to get his right foot right up against my toe here. So get your right toe to my toe. Okay. There you go. And I want you to take your field goal steps straight back, but don't stop on the 4th step. Keep walking and count them out loud until you get to the tee. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so 9 and how many across?
4.
Okay, so 9 and 4. Is that about what you normally do?
Yeah.
So that's actually right what he does. I know it because I coach him. So now to confirm, to make sure the steps are proper, we're going to have Jesse turn and actually take his kickoff steps. And make note, before he takes these steps, you take them straight back just like a field goal. I see a lot of guys, if they're going to kick off this way, they'll walk back this way. And I just think it's ridiculous because you don't know where you're walking to. That's your point of aim, right? Just like a field goal. So if you're walking back this way, you might see yourself finish 2 feet to the side of the tee, and that doesn't really get you in the right spot. So always walk aiming at a specific target. So set up the kickoff just like Jesse is here. He's going to take his 9 steps back and then stop. Okay?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Perfect. So his right foot was number 9. So his left foot is 10, but since it was 9, we want him to stop on his right. So he's going to bring his left to his right. He's going to turn, keep his right foot there. Now this is a little tricky point, but it's real helpful. If it's 5 steps, you want, whatever it is, if it's 5, 4, even number, odd number, doesn't matter, but you want to stop on your plant foot so that when you go to turn, it's just very natural versus playing footsie like this. A lot of guys go out and, oh shoot, I finished on my right, so I gotta put this foot in here, and it's just awkward, and it's not an efficient way to do it the same way every time. So since he's going 5, you're gonna go left, right? So left, right, left, right, left. Let's do it.
Left, right, left, right, left.
And he turns just like that. Now Jesse will get set up at the plant foot, just like he would on a field goal. He's gonna run with a progressive speed increase. So what I mean by that is, don't just go, flat out sprinting to the ball, but try to gradually increase. So let me show you what I mean here. If I go into the ball, I'm gonna slowly accelerate, increase, and then explode at the very end. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put Jesse on a spot. I'm gonna set up a ball right now. I'm really confident that he's got his right steps, and I know he's going to actually blast this ball. So let's see how he does. Is that about right there?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Let's get a good kick here. Show him what you got. Just. Wow. Wow. Okay, from the 40, that ball went about 5 yards deep in the end zone. That's without any warm-up. That's a 65-yard kick, just nice and easy. So As you can see, the whole point of this is Jesse didn't stumble, he didn't stutter, he was very natural through, because we know that's his right steps. He's done them for many years, but now you as the viewer at home could confirm, if you take the right steps, ultimately you should be able to build up enough speed, get that right 80% power at impact, hurdle up, follow through, and get a great kickoff. Coach Jesse and I are going to do a couple kickoffs. Now, give me a break here because I don't kick like I used to. I used to be able to hit, 65, 70-yard kickoffs. I'll be lucky if I kick the 60 yards in the air, but just to show you from a lefty's perspective, and then I'll have Jesse do a couple as well. Not the greatest, but 60 yards, not bad. Okay, Jesse, show them what you got, man. Wow, those are some pretty good kicks right there. I mean, that's with no warm-ups or anything, so give me a break. Like I said, I think my kick was barely 60 yards. Jesse's were all 65 to 68, and that's just us shooting out here without any warm-up kicks. But typically, Jesse could kick the ball 73, 74, even 75 yards. Take a look at his YouTube videos. He's got some bombs on there. But we're going to segue over into onside kicks right now, so get ready for something really cool.